Okay, so the stator on this generator was bad. I pulled it off, obviously. I don't think actually I think I've shown on a video how to pull this off, but basically it just involves loosening the engine mounts, one on each side, and then there's 4 screws on most generators that, go something like this, which basically just sandwiches this piece between the stator. So you got to remove these 4 screws, remove the screws down here, and then I had to use a puller to pull this out. Then the stator slides off. And one thing to note is just, this is the support for this side. So I did have to brace it. Without that, the engine's gonna just flop around. So you do want to have something under there so it doesn't crash to the ground. So now, the tricky part, removing this thing without breaking it. This part is still good. So the easiest way, I think, is to actually before I describe that, let me back up. This is what was in here originally, and it's threaded at the end. So down at the tapered shaft is where it's threaded, and it just tightens up, which helps this thing stay in. But now it's in there really good. Some people say you can hit it with a dead blow hammer and it will come out. I've tried that, haven't had much luck. Also, if you miss, you could hit the windings and damage the rotor. So the method I like is to get a bolt and cut it to size. Now, you can see it's a little bit shorter than the original one, and that's because I want to be able to put a screw in here and tighten it, and basically pushing it until it pops out. So this diameter is, I think it's 5/16. It's just big enough to fit in this hole. And I was lucky. This is threaded here with an M12, I think it's 1.75. Fits perfectly. So what this is going to do is it's going to push against the shaft as I tighten. So it'll push harder and harder, pulling the whole rotor assembly away until it pops off, and it can launch actually pretty far, and I don't want it to damage anything, so I'm going to put maybe some towels and cardboard, just something to hopefully catch it from damaging itself. So let me set you up, and I will crank down on this thing, and we can hopefully watch it pop out. Alright, let's give it a try. So to keep that from turning, you can put rope in the cylinder. In this case, I'm propping something on the flywheel, which you do risk breaking fins doing that. goes.